Alright, everybody, welcome back to the fifth match here in this Modern Competitive League. We're currently 3-1, so let's let's go for that. Excuse me. Let's go for that 4-1 dream. Fortunately, we lost the last round to Burn in a close game 3, but we're back in it. Looks like we have a lot of interaction here. We have Spreading Seas, we have Path to Exile, Detention Sphere, all these different cards that are, good in different matchups. But I like this. I think this is a good hand. Affinity? Or is this eggs? Could be a whole bunch of things. I'm gonna go ahead and just put Colonnade in tapped. There's not much I want to. I don't think I'll need to condemn this turn. Spire of Industry. It could still be eggs. Alright. Mind Stone. I don't think I've seen much of. Okay, so this is eggs. This is the new eggs deck. The one that basically makes a bunch of infinite mana with stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and try to keep up Logic Knot mana, even though it won't be good if they have another land. But we want to try to counter Iron. Okay, yep. Iron Clank, Ironworks. I don't know how you pronounce that. I apologize. Ancient Stirrings, sure. Because why not? See what they find. Condemn is basically a dead card in this matchup. Hangerback. Do we counter Hangerback? I don't think so. I think we just path it, right? It's not very strong by itself. And this gives us more fuel for Logic Knot, even though it technically gives them a land. And, yeah, let's, they're at 2 cards. It's not a lot. They have one free draw here. I'm going to play the Flooded Strand just to give some more fuel for Logic Knot. Because we really want to counter Iron Clank. You guys know what I mean. The card. Inventor Sphere is very good here. Right? Because they can already sacrifice it? Yeah. That's only if you control 3 or more artifacts, and they definitely do. Spreading Seas, okay? Like I said, we're still keeping up in the Logic Knot. Logic Knot is really good here. If they go for the Iron Clank, Ironworks. I'm just going to call it Clank. Just let you guys know what I mean by Clank. Ancient Stirrings, sure. Can't counter that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So they can pay 5 mana for, for X, for Logic Knot. Honestly, Detention Sphere on Ichor Wellspring could be pretty good. If we can keep up good Logic Knot mana. If they try to tap out here or something. Serum Visions. It's kind of one of the reasons why I just want to just keep it going, because I don't want to. Negate is really good. Snap is also really good. So we're gonna go. We'll go top Snap, top Plains. This is probably where they sack Inventor Sphere, or they don't. That's fine too. Next turn we can go Plains, Ichor Detention Sphere, the Ichor Wellsprings. And that will actually turn off Metalcraft. So they have 1, 2, 3 mana available. I do want to Logic Knot this while I can. 1, 2, 3. This means X equals 4, 5. X equals 5, which they cannot pay for. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in fact, next turn, this costs how much? This costs 4. So next turn we can actually go Spreading Seas, Inventor Sphere. And then they can't sacrifice it. Alright. So this is not an easy game here. Game 1. Especially without Stony Silence. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and Spreading Seas the Inventor's Fair. And keep up Negate. And then next turn, we can go Detention Sphere, Ichor Wellspring. Because this card really generates a lot of mana and draws them a lot of cards, especially with Scrap Trawler. 5, 6, ugh. Hanger back. Why? Alright, they're going to sacrifice Sanctum of Ugin. This lets them, I think, find Scrap Trawler? Yep. There's another Scrap Trawler. So they have 2 Scrap Trawlers in hand. A very good card. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get these 2 Ichor Wellsprings, though. Because if they go ahead and attack with the Hangerback, we can just condemn it. And if they don't attack, I guess we can Supreme Verdict if they play out their Scrap Trawlers. And there it goes. I've seen some lists play Dispel, actually, so I'm a little scared going off of Negate mana here, but okay. It's 4 mana. Looks like an Iron Clank works to me. Yep. It's pretty rough. Are they gonna go off right here? Did I make a mistake? Oh boy. Yeah, there's the Scrap Trawler. Yeah, I messed up, I think. This is my inexperience against playing the deck, I think. Against the deck is what I mean. I mean, it's a lot better for us because they don't have these 2 Ichor Wellsprings in play. But I think I could have taken that 4 damage right there. I don't think it was worth it. Unless they're just spamming Scrap Trawlers here. They don't have that many free... Okay, so they're drawing a card that they're not generating mana. So they get their Chromatic Star. They get their 2 stars. So that's pretty good. They are drawing a lot of cards. So it's not... it's feasible that they could get there. That's for sure. If they have some gas in their hand. Yep, Mox Opal. Sure. But we would basically be dead if the Ichor Wellsprings were out here. But maybe I just didn't need to do that. And now there's an Ichor Wellspring and things are looking pretty bad. I should have kept Negate up. They have 7 cards in hand now? Jesus. I mean, I don't even think making it to next turn for Verdict plus Negate is worth it. You know, we don't even have that many good things to do. They have a stacked hand. They have tons of mana. We'll go ahead and hit F6 here. They have 6 mana, 8 cards. I can't imagine that they fizzle out here. Yep, that's some more mana. Even just like a Hangerback for a ton here is really strong. And that's totally our fault. Worm Coil. Huh. And they're sacking it to get back Ichor Wellspring, I imagine. Yep. Like honestly, Ichor Wellspring is such a strong card in this build. Man, that was greedy. That Condemn was so greedy. But they have 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean, if they have Emrakul, they definitely have enough to cast it. They get an extra turn, and then we can't cast Verdict. So this is a very good game to watch me get punished. And I think when I upload this video, I'm going to include a link, a little thing at the bottom if you want to skip our opponent going off here. But for some of you who aren't experienced with the deck and want to see it go off, this is your chance to learn about this new Eggs deck that's taking the format by storm. It's 11, 12, 13 mana, 1, 2, 8, 12. It's 14. And once they cast Emrakul, I will gracefully concede. 1, 2, 12, 14, 15. Maybe they haven't found it yet, but my guess is they basically have like near infinite draws here. Just takes forever, but we'll put our opponent to the test here. See if they can rip an Emrakul. Because if they can't, that Supreme Verdict is looking mighty nice. But yeah, this is all right. You reveal the Emrakul. Even like a Hangerback Walker for like $1 million. We'll get there. Alright, Terrarion. Is that the one where it's put into a graveyard? Okay. I think there's near 0 chances that they fizzle out here. Near 0%. But, like I said, put him to the test. I feel like this deck takes a lot of mental effort. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like there's a lot of triggers to make sure you don't miss. A lot of free mana you don't miss all the time. Alright, Terrarion. Jeez. Man, what were they thinking when they made this card, huh? That's oh my god. Is Emrakul a one-of in the build? Is that why it's taking so long? I mean, I can't imagine it's more than a one-of, but it's possible. Like, their whole deck is just free draws, so I don't think they can ever be left with 12 cards in hand that don't get there. I mean, they're bound to draw at least their Ancient Stirrings. Jeez. I can't imagine playing against this deck in real life, honestly. Like, I think I would want to concede in terms of time, but I don't know. This is 18 cards left in deck, 15 cards in hand. Show me the Emrakul. Show me the Emrakul. This we got completely punished. We had negate in hand. So that feels bad. Alright, there's Sanctum. You can search for Emrakul at this point, right? Just cast like Hangerback Walker for a bit. Alright, yep. I imagine that's what they're doing. They're going Hangerback for at least X equals 4. Or Engineer Explosives for X equals 8. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Did they reveal Emrakul? I'm sorry, I might have missed that. Yeah, there's the Emrakul. So, Spreading Seas, rest in peace. I'm ready for those cards. Alright, let's opponent gets an extra turn. Yeah, there's not much we can do here. We're just gonna this deck takes a lot of time, so I'm just gonna let them I mean, I know it's kind of scummy, but I'm gonna let them burn the clock a bit. Two, three, four. Did I get it? There we go. Let's begin sideboarding. Spell Queller seems pretty good here. Rest in Peace seems fantastic. Stony Silence seems like the most amazing thing. Click is good. Negate is good. I think I'm going to cut Condemn and Blessed Alliance. Just because I want a proactive way to deal with Scrap Trawler and Hangerback Walker. Not reactive. I think Supreme Verdict we can cut. If we have to start casting Supreme Verdict, I think we've already lost. I think we want to cut some of our big mana spells because, I mean, yeah, it's the way to end the game, but Spreading Seas is just okay here, to be honest. It can get some of their, like Inventor's Fair, which is nice. But at the end of the day, it's pretty lackluster. So I'm going to go ahead and trim 2 of those. I want my counter spells. I want interaction. And also, I've seen some lists bring in Dispel, I swear. So I'm a little bit worried. About that. So maybe Jace just is not good here. I don't think there's any point where I want to tap out for that like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and submit and see if this configuration can rock it. I think we can have a lot of good hands that get there. I imagine they're bringing in Stony Silence Hate. Rest in Peace is also really strong. They have Engineered Explosives, so that's how they can get rid of that. Never mind, if we have Stony Silence in play, they can't get rid of it because that's an activated ability of an artifact. But I think 3 Spell Quellers plus Vidillion Click, we could actually have a pretty good chance of disrupting our opponent and then, applying pressure as well. It all depends how this draw comes down, but I think we have a lot of good tools. Maybe that Detention Sphere wasn't correct, and I that not keeping up Negate was definitely mistake of the century right there. They had 4 or 5 cards in hand. At the time, I obviously should have done that. At the end of the day, though, I think we can get there. All right. Would you like to play first? Heck yeah. Would you like to keep this hand? Heck no. Oh my god. Please, not like this. Not like this. Oh god. Okay, well, we have Stony Silence. We could shut him out of the game pretty early. Oh, the Thoughtseize. Oh my god. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show, guys. Enjoy the show. That is rough. I don't think we need to keep up Mana Leak right now. Let's just go ahead and Serum Visions, try to dig for more hate. And those are all pretty good hate, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and get the land. I guess they could accelerate a Scrap Trawler out here, but I think right now we just kind of have to do our best here to prolong the game. That was rough from our opponent here. That was definitely not something I saw coming. Should have, though. It's similar to Affinity, in the sense that they have all these colorless lands, but they can sometimes produce or colorless sources, but then they can sometimes produce colored sources. So that kind of lets them play like a lot of different cards out of the sideboard. Okay, let's see if they cast an Ancient Stirrings here. Just another star. Not bad, not great, not the worst. Eventually they'll have to walk into my Negates and or Mana Leaks. eventually, unless they have it all in the sense that they bring in their dispels. All right. So 4 cards in hand, essentially 2 redraws here. I think landing a Spell Queller and then riding it out with counterspells is kind of going to be the only way we can make it out of this game here. We have the tools, but our opponent also has a really strong deck. So Collective Brutality. Guess I'll mana leak it. I mean, they don't quite have the mana. Hangerback Walker for 1? Sure. Alright. Draw go. And I think we have now learned we are never, ever again tapping out from Clank mana. Thoughtcast? What in the world? Do I fight over that? I think so, right? That's a lot of card draw. I don't want to give him that. And he can't cast Ironworks here. We still got the Spell Queller for that. Alright, so they're digging. Alright. Oh shoot, do they have the mana for Iron Clank? Oh my god. I did it again, guys. I did it again. Alright. Cryptic Mana activated. Man. I swear I didn't think they had the mana to do it, but if we take this, I mean they can still Inventor's Fair, but let's go ahead and Spell Queller that. Start applying some pressure on our opponent, cut them off of more draws, more mana. This Hangerback Walker is going to prove to be very, very, very powerful, actually. Because we let this, Krark-Clan Ironworks resolve, like the dunces that we are, we're going to have a pretty rough time here. Okay. Opponent's tapping 1 mana. Yep. I don't think they can't go off from here, can they? Oh, I guess they can generate a bunch of mana. And then Inventor's Fair? For what? What could they have here that could get us? Like another Iron Clank? Oh, Hangerback Walker maybe? And then they can Sanctum? Scrap Trawler. Okay. Okay. Currently they don't really have any artifacts to really go off with that, do they? Okay. Do that. We'll attack. Because we're not blocking. And then we just sit back, keep Cryptic Command up until we can maybe dig for something. So this is whenever Scrap Trawler dies, right? So I guess they can sack Scrap Trawler and get back Hangerback Walker. Jeez. They can do that, actually. I'll just have to counter the Hangerback Walker on the way down. Alright. Ancient Stirrings is a pretty good draw for our opponent. Mind Stone, less so. Less so. So that's... Although it does get them back some stars. Okay, let's think here. Because if we counter this, and they sack Scrap Trawler, they can get back Mind Stone. They can sack Mind Stone... Oh, no. Because... Oh, no, yes, they can. Wait. Hold on. If we counter this, sack Scrap Trawler, get back Hangerback, cast Hangerback for a bunch, right? They can do that. They'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sanctum? Yeah, I think I have to let this resolve. The odd part is we actually lose the race on the ground here, which is not good. Not good. Without Stony Silence, this matchup gets really, really rough. Alright, our opponent gets some basically free draws here, which is, this is rough. It's rough. I just don't want him to cast Hangerback Walker. That's the only problem. So they have 1 unknown plus 1 chromatic star. Or, yeah, star. Because star is better. It's the one you don't actually have to pay for. What did they sacrifice here? No legal targets have to choose. Oh, sacrifice Mox Opal. Okay. I'm not going to fight over this. Okay, our opponent gets another draw. They can get back Hangerback Walker here, I believe. Alright, and I want them to start sacking things first. Before I fight. God, this deck is hard. Like I'm gonna be honest. This is like maybe the second time I've played against eggs. So I'm not sure if I'm playing particularly correctly. Oh God, why? Why are you doing this? Please don't do this. Oh God. Okay, let's think. I can go. Bounce. Okay, if I bounce Krark-Clan, kind of maybe I can bounce Scrap Trawler and draw a card. If I bounce Scrap Trawler, he can't do much actually, or he can generate mana and then replay it, but he won't have that much. Turn target opponent turns on his hand, draw a card. Is the Krark-Clan better, or is it... One of them is better. Which one is better? If I target Krark-Clan, it will bounce to their hand. They can sack something now, then replay it. Will that actually slow them down? No, they can sack like this Thopter right now, and then just replay it, and then sack Darksteel maybe? Now if I return Scrap Trawler to hand, they can still sack it, then replay it. That's more mana though. Man, that turn 1 Thoughtseize, huh? Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Yep, that's as expected. Okay. Alright, we can go sacrifice Ghost Quarter. Target my Ghost Quarter. Yes, get a Plains. I don't know if we're in it, but we're really trying here. We are really trying. Okay. And there goes Collective Brutality. Whew. Alright, there's the Krark-Clan Ironworks. There's a land. There's an island. I forget what's in my opponent's hand. I think I should know. Alright, I'm gonna pretend like I drew something relevant. Core Wellspring, that's pretty good. But no Scrap Trawler. So that's good for us. Do they have Hanger Back? I think they did end up getting Hanger Back, right? Hanger Back. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, well, if you have Scrap Trawler and Hanger Back Walker, I mean, why don't you? Jeez. Sometimes I feel like this exec has it all, you know? It really feels like it. Alright. No. Opponent has 5 minutes to combo off. Can they do it? This is the question. Alright, there's the Mox Opal. I think they can. And that's another. Oh, that doesn't do much, does it? I mean, they have. It's just like an extra 2 mana. Yeah. Oh, but it's 4 CMC, so it gets back. Yeah. I mean, I think we played to our outs here. We made a mistake tapping out, again, for the Krark-Clan Ironworks turn, but now they're going to draw a bunch of cards and have plenty of mana to do whatever it is they want to do. And at this point, I think I'm just going to hit F6. I think the jig is up. They probably know we don't have anything. And here we just wanted to kind of just wanted to end. So I'll do a similar thing, and I imagine we're probably going to lose here, but I'll do a similar thing if what just happened? Abrupt Decay. Okay, sure, why not? I'll do a similar thing here if clearly they're comboing off, so I will put a skip to the end, which is probably going to be the end of the match. So some of you folks can stay with me here as I die. Some of you can cannot. I mean, I imagine playing against this deck in real life is a serious headache. I imagine playing this deck in real life is a serious headache. I know my opponent has... Man, Hangerback Walker is so busted. Scrap Trawler, what are you doing? There's the Emrakul. Cool dude, Emrakul. Cool daddy. Here comes Hangerback Walker for 4. Opponent's going to sack Sanctum, get a Scrap Trawler. They have 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, they have a lot of mana here. A lot of mana. Plays Darkseid Citadel, yeah, that gets them there. 9, 11, 13, 15. Emrakul. Alright. That's it, folks. That's the end of the show. And that's how we die. Man, oh man. Looks like we learned a lesson today. And so did all of you. Please, don't ever tap out when your opponent can play Krark-Clan Ironworks. I did that twice in a row, and that's how you lose. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for a deck tech. Not deck tech, excuse me. A final thoughts. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did enjoy the deck, but yeah, stay tuned. All right, welcome to the closing statements for Blue-White Control. I gotta say, I really enjoyed playing the deck. I think the games are very interactive and very and varied in the sense that there's a lot of cards that don't all do the same thing. So it's nice to be able to maneuver through the turns as best as possible. It's like a little puzzle. It's not as clear cut even to play as I would say, as like Jeskai or whatchamacallit, or Grixis even. I think this deck is actually a lot more complicated, and there's a lot more to it, and a lot more plays that you can make at the end of the day. So, let's talk about the deck list. I really enjoyed the deck list. I think Logic Knot was kind of the only card that I really like. It was good, but maybe this should be a second negate even, because it doesn't always, especially in the early turns, it just can't counter things. And that's why Mana Leak is good, because it can counter things in the early game, and it can even sometimes counter things in the late game. But Logic Knot can, sometimes with this mana base, basically only counters things in the late game. So it's not actually like a slightly worse Mana Leak early game and much better Mana Leak late game. Like, it's just kind of like a much better Mana Leak late game, in my opinion. So Logic Knot is probably would be the first thing I would go to change from the deck list. Anything else? I actually I really like the spells. I didn't battle Death Shadow today at all. So obviously choices like Blessed Alliance and Condemn didn't show their true colors, but I do think it's correct to run these. Although the meta is adapting. If you don't expect a lot of Death Shadow, don't play these cards, because they are kind of lackluster outside of those matchups. Although Blessed Alliance, honestly, is really great against Burn, especially Game 1. I wouldn't cut Blessed Alliance, but I might cut Condemn in the future, depending on how the meta develops. Spreading Seas was amazing. Would not cut ever. Spreading Seas is fantastic. I like the 3 Cryptic, 3 Verdicts. I didn't see them too much, and I kind of always had one when I needed one. So that felt right. D-Sphere, I might cut down to 1 in the future. It's just turn 3, you just have to tap out, and while it does get rid of pesky permanents, like it's frustrating. I don't think it's worth it. I think just 1 is good enough. It's this kind of like utility spell, but it's fragile. It can get Abrupt Decayed, Maelstrom Pulsed, and that puts us really behind. I like our answers to truly answer our opponent's cards. Love the Elspeth, great card. Rev, great card. These are 2 fantastic finishers. The deck needs that. Jace is good too. It just generates card advantage. I might cut 1 Gideon in the future, although it really did help closing out certain games, and it really helped in the grinding games as well. So I definitely like Gideon a lot. So overall, at the end of the day, I think the main deck is pretty solid. Mana base wise, it performed well. I mean, I did keep some like shoddy hands with like 1 blue source, 3 ghost quarter, and we got there sometimes, and we didn't get there sometimes. So in terms of main deck, I think most of the configuration is pretty good. Maybe Condemn and Logic Knot could come out, but like I said, just because we didn't see Death Shadow today doesn't mean Death Shadow isn't big. Very, very still big in the metagame. Sideboard wise, I found that the deck didn't have enough tools to beat Burn. I was trying too hard to lean on my sideboard cards, and when you only have 2 timely reinforcements, it's tough. I mean, I could honestly see going up another one. Timely reinforcements is just so strong, and it's not an easy matchup. Burn is not an easy matchup, and it's very popular. So I think sideboarding appropriately is correct. Crucible, we didn't really get to see the power of it. I think I drew it like on the last turn versus Eldrazi Tron. So that's that. Spell Queller, I think it's good. Spell Queller and Vendilion Kick, I mean, they're good disruptive creatures that can also clock our opponent. Negate Dispel, good counters. Stony Silence, Rest in Peace. Like, honestly, I wish I could run more hate cards like these. Like, they shut down so many decks these days. And Celestial Purge, Celestial Purge, did we bring it in against any games? Maybe against Burn? I do think it's a good card. Also helps the Death Shadow matchup a lot. Whether we need to really overextend for that Death Shadow matchup, I'm not sure. We might be able to cut one Purge. Because at the end of the day, we're not actually that soft to Blood Moon. And Liliana of the Veil is not as popular as it used to be. So yeah, that's my thoughts with the deck. I really enjoyed playing the deck. I did get bummed out in that burn game a bit. Path to Exile and then top deck Bolt. I was just like, what? And then Eggs, of course. Guys, I apologize. It was the first or second time seriously playing against that deck. So I do need to practice against it and understand the lines against it. But overall, I really enjoyed playing the deck, and I think it's got a lot of potential, and I don't think it's perfected yet. Far from it. So I think with blue-white, you always have to keep adapting to the metagame. Always, always, always be on top of it, because you can't have a deck that answers everything. So you really have to tune each little flex spot to handle what you expect, because at the end of the day, you're going to really get a lot of mileage out of those metagamed flex spots, in my opinion. Yep, so that's that. Like I said, this is the police deck, but we didn't actually get paired up against much of the decks that we police. So, with that said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, please subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. If you think I should have, made some better plays elsewhere, please let me know. I would love to hear. I think this archetype is evolving and changing, and it's policing. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.